Okay, here we go. Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin, who is now 66, has entrusted his vision for the ending to HBO producers D.B. Weiss and David Benioff so that this series can still be concluded if he passes away unexpectedly before he has time to finish the books off himself. More than 250 babies were named Khaleesi in 2012. The name means queen. And the raw horse heart that Khaleesi ate to prove herself to the Dothraki people was actually a big mess of congealed jam mixed with fake blood sugar and dried pasta. Apparently it tasted like bleach though, so says Emilia Clarke. Speaking of the Dothraki, they have their own language, and that language has its own dictionary. David J. Peterson from the Language Creation Society created over 3,000 Dothraki words and accompanying grammar rules just for the show. From scratch. Gwendoline Christie, the actress who plays Brienne, does not know her own birthday. Direwolf puppies. Yes, we all know them. These were actually real 10,000 years ago, and they're filmed by using fully grown huskies on the show. When they grow up, the crew shoot footage of wolves, then slow the film down, blow up the animal's size in post-production, and superimpose them into the scene. Sansa Stark even adopted her own direwolf in real life. Peter Dinklage is a vegetarian. All the meat he eats on the show isn't real. Game of Thrones is the first acting role ever for Maisie Williams, who plays Arya. Pretty sure she set herself up for life. And Game of Thrones is responsible for the coining of sexposition. It means keeping viewers hooked by combining complex plot exposition with explicit sexual goings-on. Revealing the plot, lots of sex. Sexposition. The actor who plays Daenerys' brother Viserys is the great-great-grandson of Charles Dickens, and there is a Game of Thrones porn parody called Game of Bones. Emilia Clarke, who plays Daenerys on the show, does not dye her hair blonde, she wears a wig instead, and Jack Gleeson, who played Joffrey Baratheon, announced that he'll give up acting after Game of Thrones wraps. Well, I guess that means now. Because, well, he gone. He wants to pursue an academic career and devote time to humanitarian work. And after the first episode of the show aired, old Jack over there received a letter from Mr. Martin, the author, that read, "Congratulations, everybody hates you." He was right, we do! The Wall is based on Hadrian's Wall of Roman Britain. In fact, the whole series is said to be loosely based on the Wars of the Roses, and the severed head of George W. Bush appears in a couple of scenes in the first season of the show. Lots of upset people there. And swords, a weapon one might use to decapitate another's head, are central to the world of Westeros, so the show hired armourer Tommy Dunn, whose CV includes Braveheart, Saving Private Ryan and Gladiator, as weapons master. What a job. Dunn researched thousands of swords, looking up European, Egyptian and Mongolian arms, before coming up and hand-forging all of the great houses' bladed heirlooms and individual characters' swords. Yep, custom made. And finally, there have been 5,179 deaths on Game of Thrones so far. That's a lot. 18 facts about Game of Thrones. Now go and enjoy the first episode of Season 5.